Good morning, students. Welcome back to your computer lecture. I request all the students to kindly remove their workbook and a pencil. In the last chapter, we studied about the evolution of computers. Right? We saw what was the hierarchy or the invention, when did it begin, the history about computers, the evolution, like abacus, Pascaline. Right? Then we learned about the generations, first, fifth, second, third, fourth, fifth generations. Now we will be learning about the hardware and software. As computer is a machine, it is comprising of hardware parts and the software parts. So we will take a look at what are the components in chapter number 2, hardware and software, page number 11. Let's quickly be ready with the chapter. Let's begin. Chapter 2, hardware and software. A computer is an electronic device that is used to store and organize data. You can also use it to find information using the internet. It helps you to perform different activities such as performing calculations, playing games, listening to music, and finding information. It performs these functions based on the instructions provided by the user. Right? Again, to reiterate, what is a computer? It's an electronic device that is used to store and organize data. Like it's a machine that is used in a day-to-day life to ease a task. We can find using, we can make use of the computer or find information using the internet. Internet is one of the largest network that helps us to connect to different people, different located at different places in different countries. So with the help of technology, the advancement has come to a great help. Right? Not only performing calculations, but computers are used in various sectors like hospitals, schools, colleges, railways, hotels, airlines, defense. In regards of the field, computers have their own set of rules and the usage. It performs as per the instructions given. Those computers are designed to or instructed in such a way that they should function as per their requirement, right, in the various fields that they are used. Reading further, when you provide an input to the computer, it processes the input and provides you the required output. The output can be displayed on the monitor or printed using a printer. All these tasks can be performed due to various parts of the computer. These parts form the hardware and software components of the computer. Okay, the second paragraph explains that when you provide an input to the computer, it will definitely do something in the background. Something will happen in the background, and then whatever has happened will be displayed as the output on a monitor, also known as the screen, or we can use a printer to get the hard copy. So all these various tasks that are performed, we definitely require a hardware and a device to perform that task, and that device needs a software which comprises of the instructions and the way the device should process or function. So let's try to learn more about them. Hardware. We'll begin with the hardware. Hardware is the physical part of the computer and includes devices such as CPU, mouse, keyboard, printer, and monitor. These devices form the input device, output devices, storage devices, and processing devices. They are useful for entering information into a computer, storing the information, processing the information, and viewing the output on a computer. So, what is a hardware, students? It says hardware is a physical part that we can touch with our hands or physically see with our eyes. So, those are the devices which are known as the hardware, like hard components. These devices are the CPU. I'm sure CPU, you all must be aware. What does it stands for? Right, Central Processing Unit. Then we have mouse, keyboard, printer, and monitor. These are the various devices that we see. Now, amongst these devices are divided into input devices, output devices, storage devices, and processing devices. Right. And all these have their own functionality or the usage. They are used for these devices like hardware, then followed by, let's take a look at the picture below. Right. Hardware is further classified as input devices, output devices, secondary storage devices, and processing devices. I request students to kindly draw this diagram in their notebook. And also you may see I have underlined few words just to show you an example. I have underlined few words. I request you all to write these words in your notebook. So these are the types of hardware. So let's try to understand them one by one. To begin with, input devices. What are input devices? Input devices are the devices that are used to provide data or information to the computer. Examples of input devices include mouse, keyboard, scanner, microphone, joystick, and webcam. As the word suggests, students, input. We have to input something in order to make use of the computer that we designed. We have to input the data. And how we input that information? We use keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, joystick, and webcam. These are few examples through which a data or a user can enter their data into the computer. The basic one, let's see further. Mouse. A mouse is an input device that is used to provide data or information to a computer. A mouse has two buttons, left button and right button, along with a scroll wheel, which is used to move up and down a page. Alright students, mouse we all have seen, we all have been to the practical lab, we all have hands-on experience the usage of the mouse. So again, to understand what is a mouse is an input device that is used to provide information. It basically controls the movement of the cursor on the monitor screen. It has two buttons. Yes, we all have seen that. Clicks that we have used, right click, left click. Those buttons are also known as clicks. Like left button, right button. And in the center you have a wheel which is known as the scroll wheel or the mouse wheel, which is used to move up and down a page like a scroll. Next input device is a keyboard. A keyboard is an input device that is used to type data or information into a computer. A keyboard consists of different types of keys which are used for typing alphabets, numbers, special characters, special functions, and symbols. I'm sure we all have used the keyboard as well to type in the data or any other purpose like text, characters, numbers. Right? Few students may have a desktop computer or a laptop at home. You can take a look. If you ever happen to count, guys, a keyboard consists of 104 keys, right, which comprises of different types of letters or keys, right? Alphabet keys, number keys, special character keys, and special function keys. Let's take a look at the keyboard, an example of a keyboard. And here's one example of a mouse. See, in center there is a wheel separated by the two buttons, left button and a right button. I'm sure once our school starts regularly, hopefully, as per the government guidelines, and once we have the practical sessions, we can do a refresher and understand in details. So next time, we all have experienced this, we all have done in practice. What we are trying to do is to understand those terms and terminologies in the computer language. So let's take a look at one more example. If you turn your page to page number 12, you see there's a keyboard and there's a note written. There are different types of computer keyboards. The original PC keyboard contains 84 keys. The 80 keyboard also contains 84 keys, and the enhanced keyboard with 104 keys. See, like I told you, the keyboard for today's generation or the keyboard that we see in today's day-to-day life contains 104 keys. However, in the original PC keyboard contained 84 keys. Right. The next input device is a scanner. Few may have seen a scanner, few students may have not seen a scanner. But let's try to understand what is a scanner. A scanner is an input device that helps you to convert the hard copies of documents and photos into digital documents and images. These documents and images can be saved on a computer and they can be viewed and modified later if required. Scanner is one of the input device that helps you to convert the hard copy, right? The printed format or the photos or the document, any type of hard document that you see which is on a paper, in the form of a paper. Those documents can be converted into the digital format, the digital form, which is also known as a soft copy. Okay. If the printed formats are called as hard copies, the scanned documents are known as soft copies. Remember this.